Do you love arts and crafts? Can you easily identify the arts and crafts from Luzon? Do you know how to make one? Prepare your eyes and mind as you examine the arts and crafts from Luzon. Good day, grade 7 learners! Are you ready for fun learning? I am Teacher Kat, your Chinita Momshi. Our topic for today is about arts and crafts from Luzon.
Before that, let's recall your childhood experience if you remember all these characters. For our first activity, it is entitled Kamehameha. Welcome to the world of cartoons and anime. And this is the directions. The following are characters from different cartoons and anime character. Identify each cartoon character if it is Japanese anime or American cartoons. Write your answer in your activity paper. Did you get all the correct answers? Great job! These are the competencies that we have to accomplish today. First, analyze elements and principles of arts in the productions of one's arts and crafts inspired by the arts of Luzon in highlands and lowlands. Second, identify the characteristic of arts and crafts in specific areas of Luzon. And lastly, appreciate the artifacts and art objects in terms of their uses and their distinct use of art elements and principles. Let's start with textile. Textile includes attire, fabrics, and tapestries. The term textile originated from the Latin word textilis and the French word exere, which means to weave, and the term was initially used only for woven fabrics. Inabel. Inabel is a hand-woven fabric made by Ilocanos, which is more popularly known as Abel Iloco. It comes from the root word abel, which means to weave. The word inabel of Ilocanos literally means woven. It is created by skilled artisans using traditional woven looms. It comes with different patterns inspired by nature. One of the most recognizable patterns of inabel is binakol, also known as binakel, binakael, or binakol. Binakol means twill. It can be easily recognized by its interlocked geometric patterns, which represent the wave of the sea that protects the people from malevolent spirits. The next one is kain. Kain is the basic dress for women of Cordillera region. It is a type of round-around skirt, tapis in Tagalog. It characterized by horizontal stripes bordered by decorated panels along the joints and edges. It also uses bright colors, especially fiery red, and embroidered with beans and shells. Some kain use other colors like red, yellow, white, black, and green, which signify the color of things and nature. The hand-woven fabrics of buntoks are characterized by different geometric shapes and different shapes of things from nature. Sinisiwan is the buntok's blanket and clothing wains and lufid. We also have ginaspa wains. And now, let's talk about kadangyan. Kadangyan is a boreal cloth for the rich people of Mountain Province. It is a Cordilleran term which literally means rich. In earlier days, only grandmothers were allowed to weave the boreal cloths. But now, any able weaver is allowed to do it. And now, let's study wains and lufid. Wains and lufid are costumes of Igorot from the Mountain Province. Wains is a long strips and hand-woven loincloth or bahag. And lufid is a wraparound skirt or tapis for women. These cloths mirror the personality of every Igorot and reflect their culture and tradition. Example, religious practices and rituals. Ginaspalawains. Ginaspalawains is a belt worn by a married women of buntok and kankanaay that has inawin designs composed of continuous zigzag pattern. Next is bakwad. Bakwad is a belt used by mothers after giving birth. It is designed with white beads as accents and patterns of rivers and mountains. It also has beadworks on the central portion of the cloth. It is made by gadang weavers of Nueva Vizcaya. Tingguian designs are very meaningful for the people of Abra. Their clothing has a simple linear designs but are assigned with many meanings. Some of their textiles are reserved for special occasions only, such as birth-giving, weddings, and harvesting. They use natural dyes from different trees and plants. Mahogany as red, nara as brown, and malatayum as indigo. Piña and juicy are the traditional fabrics in Batangas. In Taal, hand embroideries are characterized by smooth stitches, fine, composed of fine delicate shapes, embossed, and durable. Barong is an embroidered formal menswear in the Philippines, and it is the most versatile apparel on special occasions like weddings and formal affairs. And now, let's move on to the crafts of Luzon. The first one is burnay. Burnay is locally known as tapayan or banga. It is an earthenware jar crafted by a skillful potters with the use of potter's wheel and kiln. It is made by a grade A clay and a fine sand. Burnay is commonly used for storage of water, grains, fermented fish or bagoong, basi, sugarcane in Tagalog, salt, and other condiments. Burnay has small openings while those with bigger mouths are called wangging. Buri mat is a smoothly woven mat from Bolinao that is made of dried leaves of palm. Buri, raffia, and buntal dyed and woven. The next one is laba. Laba is a bowl-shaped coil basket of kalinga that is made from finely split rattan and nito vine. It is used for carrying and storing of rice and vegetables. The linglinggo or dinumog is a common Asian artifact symbolizing fertility, prosperity, and love found in the Ifugao, Bontoc, and other Cordillera region in the northern Philippines. Bakul headdress is the headgear for Ivatan women of Batanes. It is used to protect them from the heat of the sun and rains. And now let's proceed with vest. Vests are worn by Ivatan men farmers. Bakul and vest are made from the leaves of buyaboy, a tree endemic of Batanes. Singkaban of Bulacan is the art of creating an entrance arc and other decorative materials mainly from bamboo. Pastillas of Bulacan is different from the other pastillas in the country. It has a unique, colorful, and intricately designed paper wrapper which is locally known as pabalat or burlas de pastillas. The next one is kiping. Kiping is the traditional Filipino leaf-shaped wafer made from glutinous rice. It is originated from the city of Lucban, Quezon. It is used to decorate houses during the Pahiyas festival. It can be eaten grilled or fried and can be dipped in sugar, vinegar, and other sauce. The Bicol region is abundant not only in natural fibers of abaca and raffia, but also in their own arts and crafts including baskets, bags, sleepers, coin purses, and other crafts. Their crafts designs are simple but colorful. Giant lanterns of Pampanga are known for their special features. Before, giant lanterns of Pampanga uses papel de hapon for coverings. But now, they are using colored plastic as materials for covering. In today's ages, Pampangueños use fiberglass and homemade paper for their lanterns. Every lantern has illuminated dancing lights that follow the beat of the music and are controlled by a rotor. Lanterns also come in different designs and geometric patterns. On the other hand, giant lanterns are created using steel frames and other locally available materials. And now, let's move on with accessories and body ornaments of Luzon. In Kalinga, tattooing or batok is a form of art that is usually covering the chest and arms. Batok is a 1,000-year tattooing tradition that uses indigenous materials. The Kalingas considered tattoos as part of their clothing and think of it as body decorations. In Mountain Province, the close examination of the Kabayan mummies reveals that they have body tattoos similar to the patterns found in their textiles. Their crafts designs are simple but colorful. And now, let's study the architecture of Luzon. The first in line is Calle Crisologo. It is 15th century Spanish street in Vigan, Ilocos Sur, and it is considered to be the one of the heritage sites in the Philippines. It is lined with antique houses and shops leading to the town's 100-year-old churches. Vigan is considered as the Intramuros of the North, which retains the Spanish colonial architecture, a fullness of light on the celebration of Festival of Arts. The next one is Tumawini Church. It is a Baroque church that was built in 1873 and it can be found in the municipality of Tumawini, Isabela. The structure was built entirely of red bricks and done in a style of late Baroque or early Rococo. It has a 4-story bell tower that looks like a wedding cake. It is a Roman Catholic parish church of San Matias Apostol, and it is considered the most artistic brick sculptures in the country. The third one is Spanish Gate. It is located in Olongapo City, Zambales, and it was built in 1885 and serves as the entrance to the original Spanish naval station that provides repair, ammunition, supply, and medical support of ships. It has high walls made from locally quarried stone connected to the south gate that faced the waterfront. It was used as a jail during Spanish and American occupation. Another one is San Andres Apostol Parish Church. It is popularly known as Masinloc Church. It is a 19th century Baroque church that is located at Barangay South Poblacion, Masinloc, Zambales. It has saints and niches, vertical windows, carved niche of the town's patron saint, and has carving of geometric shapes and medallions of the pediment. Parish of the Three Kings in Gapan City. It is a Roman Catholic church that was built in 1800s, and it is one of the biggest and oldest churches in Nueva Ecija. The next one is Saint Dominic de Guzman Parish Church. It is known as a Bukay Church. It is a 7th century Baroque church located at Barangay Laon, Abukay, Bataan, Philippines. It was built in 1587 and was administered in 1588 by the Dominicans. It is a Renaissance architecture with 5-layer bell tower defined by decorative balusters and ornamented with semicircular arch windows. It has single or coupled Doric columns, 2 saint niches in the main portal, and 1 in the center. And now let's study the sculptures of Luzon. The first one is Bulol. Bulol is a wooden sculpture also known as bulur or tinagtago. It represents the rice granary spirits that guard the rice crop of Ifagaos. It is a carved wooden human figure with simplified forms made from anara tree, which signifies wealth, happiness, and well-being to the Ifugao. The next one is Paite or Paete in Laguna. It is considered as the wood carving capital of the Philippines. Paete is popular for carving culture of saints and other religious images, decorative carvings of floral patterns, and geometric designs. And lastly, we have gigantes. Gigantes are big paper mache caricatures of human that represents farmers and fishermen. But according to the stories, the original gigantes were representation of hacienderos during the Spanish colonial period. The gigantes are rendered as a man or woman in various costume. Their faces give commanding look with their hands on their waist. The earliest gigantes are composed of a father, mother, and a child. It is originated in the art capital of the Philippines, the Angono Rizal province.
And there you have it! I hope you enjoy and learned something today. This is Teacher Kat saying, life is about using the whole box of crayons. Live happy and colorful life. Sayonara!